Okay, so we're going to change the oil in the Travato, or brand Promaster 3500. And we are going to do the following items in this order. We're going to open this cap, which allows some airflow for the oil. That's also where we'll refill the new oil. We're going to drain underneath the Travato the oil from the oil pan. And then we're going to remove this cap here. Sorry, focusing's not working so great. We're going to remove this cap and pull out the oil filter while the oil's draining. So let's go ahead and get started. You want to do this when the engine's cold and preferably on a flat surface. And so if you do this while the engine's hot, you could burn yourself. So obviously, but just a reminder, heads up. So anyway, first thing we're going to do is go ahead and turn this cap. It's about 1/4 to a 1/2 turn, and then it comes right out. So just gonna let it sit there, but I've opened it so we got airflow. Then I am going to, out of my supplies here, let's see, we've got the oil filter, we've got some new synthetic 5W20 oil. There are 5 quarts in that jug, and I got one for a 1/6 because our vans should take between 5 and 6 depending upon how much we can get out. Yeah, so first thing I'm gonna do though is just put some gloves on, because when you open that bolt to drain the old oil, of course your hands are probably gonna get oil all over them. So here we go. I'll go ahead and get these on, and then we'll get into the van. Okay, so I just got the stuff out. We've got the hood open, and now I've got an oil drain pan, catch pan, and we are going to get under the Travato and find the oil drain plug. Now, obviously, the oil fill is here in the dipstick, so that, and it's on the left side. So typically that tells you, because the dipstick goes straight down the bottom to check the level and amount of oil that's in there. So that would tell you that the oil pan is going to be directly underneath. And it is in fact right here. And the drain plug is on the back side right about there. So I'm going to get under here and loosen that. Okay, so I am not sure to what extent you can actually see this, but I've got, this is a 1/2-inch wrench on this is the oil pan. This is the back side. There's not enough clearance for me to really get under this van. So I've got the oil pan here. The bolt is not straight and it's not down. It's angled that direction diagonally. So my guess is the oil is going to drip a little bit straight out, and it's also going to shoot out. So I'm going to put this pretty close to the edge, but with the back end further away from it. And I've got a 1/2-inch wrench here, and just for ease, I've got it angled towards me. So you know, righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, but you are doing this from the opposite direction. So in theory, I should get this on here. And by the way, this is a 7-quart drain pan, and there should not be more than 5 3/4 quarts in here, and I doubt all of it comes out. So here we go. Let's see what happens. So instead of righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, I'm hitting it from behind, so I'm turning from the right to the left to loosen it, and it's already loosened. And you'll notice I got gloves on, because as soon as I open this out, got a feeling it's gonna go. Oh, there we go. We did good. You'll notice it's shooting forward, but it's also coming straight down, so all right, so as you can see there's still a tiny little stream, but what I want you to look is over in the edge of this pan. This is a 7-quart pan, and granted my driveway is not perfectly flat. I do have a slight slant, but if you look at the level here, you'll see there's, you know, maybe an inch, 3/4 of an inch to a ½ inch of space left in the pan. If you look on the back end, it is right up almost to the edge of the pan, which makes me a little nervous because I don't want it spilling over onto the driveway. So next time I do this, I will likely see if I can get a taller pan or some type of encatchment item to get that a little better, because I'm gonna have to be real slow and gentle as I drain this or pull this bucket out to not spill it. So just a warning there. All right, so next step is to get the oil filter out. I have laid down a rag or a paper towel, and you know, the focus is not so great in here, but all right, so next step is to get the oil filter out. I have, as you can see on the front of the van, here we are, I have laid down a blue paper towel, shop paper towel, and this is a 15/16 socket, and I'm just going to gently put some pressure and get the plastic top off. There we go. And once it loosens up, I'll take the rest off by hand. Okay, there we go. Now, get our rag back in place here. Oh yeah, I can see the oil now. Okay, so as you can see, the filter is stuck to the cap. So I'm going to pull them all out together. Here we go. Okay, so we've got the old filter here. We've got the new filter. By the way, this is there's multiple brands. I just happen to use Mobile One. Extended Performance M1C 456A. M1C 456A. So it should come with the filter and a new O-ring, which it does. See the new O-ring, you see the new filter. And so I'm going to put the new filter over there. We're going to take out the old existing filter. Just pulls out. I guess I was trying to screw it out. We'll stick it in the box. All right, you'll also notice the old O-ring remains on here. So you want to pry that off. You may need, ideally, a plastic pry tool, which I don't have handy. So let's see here. As an alternative, I'm just going to take a small wrench and pull it off like that. Clean the wrench. All right, before we put the new O-ring on, what I'm going to do is coat the new O-ring with oil. I can easily get my finger down in there without making a mess. So just dip my finger in there. I'm going to coat the whole thing. All right. We will get that on. There we go. Push it all the way down. All right, so that's good. I am going to get a fresh towel and try to get the excess off the plastic here. Alright, just inspect it, make sure the O-ring's in the right place all the way around. That looks good. I'm going to take the new oil filter, stick it back in there. You can see it kind of clips in. And now we will take this and put it back in the vehicle. Let's see. All right. And for now, I've got this finger tight. I do need to go get a torque wrench and torque this, I believe, to either 18 or 20 pounds. I'll check and confirm. But right now it is hand tight. If you can see it down there. We are going back to the original drain plug. All right, I've got that hand tight, loosely hand tight. And I'll get a wrench on it. We essentially don't want to over tighten it or under tighten it. It should be, again, I believe 18 to 20 pounds of torque. So I'll tighten it first with a wrench and then get a torque wrench on it after we clean up. Okay, so that's hand tight and not overdone. Now we will attempt to very gently, oh, this makes me nervous, slide this out. This is so full. Whew. Okay, so got the plug back in, slid the pan out, and now we need to fill the engine with oil. So you'll recall that we loosened this before draining the oil. So we're going to, and keep in mind this is 5W20. So we're going to pull that out and stick it to the side for just a moment. And we are going to try and fit a funnel in here. That fits pretty good. We're not going to pour fast though, because it's a small spout and it doesn't go very deep without me putting this in. So I think this will be fine though. So now we are going to take our 5W20 and let's see if I can keep you watching here. All right, so there are 5 quarts in, and normally we would check levels before I put another one, but that pan is entirely filled, so I know another one's necessary. So I'm gonna put in, using the thing, about a half quart here, and then we'll check levels. It's a little better than half. We'll go to 3/4, I believe. All right. All right, so now I'm gonna pull the dipstick out. And I'm just gonna clean this the first time. Whatever is on there does not really matter at this point. And let me see if you can see this. This is the tip of the dipstick. And so the goal is to at least be to the bottom of that. And then we can assess what we need to do to get it to the top. What you don't want to do is overfill and go above that. So this is without the vehicle running, by the way. And we are, you can't really see that, but we are about midway. Now we're not flat, so perfectly flat, so can't fully trust it, but I think that's good for right now. Yeah, so what we will do here is put the cap back on. It's just about a half turn, you feel it connect. I'm going to check the torque settings. It's somewhere between 18 and 20, and torque that down and torque the bolt on the oil pan to the proper setting with a torque wrench. And then we will start it up, drive it out to perfectly flat land or as close as possible, check oil again, and then add additional oil if necessary. Only a fourth to a half quart at a time. And that's pretty much it. So hope this is helpful to somebody. By the way, as a way to evacuate the oil from your pan back into a jug so you can properly dispose of it, you can get one of these liquid transfer pumps from Walmart and put batteries in it. It takes 6 AA, and just on one end drain from your pan, and then the other end just fill right back into the empty jug where you put the new oil in. So hope this helps. Okay, so I just changed my oil, and what we've got to do now though is when we start the vehicle, we still get the oil change warning. So you see that, oil change required. So here's what we're going to do to solve that. We're going to stick the key in, and we are going to turn it on and push the gas pedal 1, 2, 3 times within the first 5 to 7 seconds of the vehicle being started. I'll go ahead and start it. That should have cleared the light. Let's do a double check to confirm. Stopping the vehicle. And I no longer get the oil warning light. So that's it.